Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
Greetings and salutations. Another episode of Fangs up here. Man, we've been doing a lot this weekend. We do a little special something for the NCAA tournament for baseball. Delayed reactions. I can't call them true instant reactions. Normally, instant reactions like 30 minutes, maybe an hour after the game, especially if you're like at the stadium site. You don't always want to do instant reaction at the stadium because after the game, they're trying to turn off the lights and get people out of there. And you could be caught up there in the dark. I don't always want that. But yeah, for today, let's get recruited. If you haven't noticed, FAMU is in the midst of camp season. We actually had a camp on yesterday, and there's some video from it. You know, got a video from Coach Too Bless, Coach Riz. Well, I didn't get it from him. It's on his Twitter page. So I want y'all thinking he sent me a direct video. Nah, he posted on his Twitter page, and it's like, hey, we're going to use that. So, but before we get all that, big shout out to HBCU Digital Network. This is home. Shout out to Herb Seward and the Black Techies. Doing some great things over there. So, new season coming. So, looking forward to what Herb and the crew got going on. New website, too. Go check out the new website that they got going on. So, but yeah, man. If you missed it, FAMU did lose the SWAC tournament. Not SWAC tournament. NCAA tournament. Sorry, we're SWAC champions. Sorry, I'm petty. We lost the NCAA tournament. We lost to UF. And then we lost to UConn. We talked in great detail about that. If you missed it, just go look yesterday and the day before. I went over each game individually. And yeah, I've come down off that a little bit. But it's good season so far. And man, we got some recruits. We just got a track commit. Looks like about an hour ago. Put the phone down because yeah. So last name Cunningham. There you go. I'm trying to. I think it's Dakia or Dakaya, but she's from Michigan. Multi-sport athlete. She runs track, plays basketball. If you look at her huddle, she's got multiple sports up there, especially the I believe it's the huddle where it's listed up there. She's got a couple steals. So looks like she's coming to FAMU for track. So another signing for the track program. Look out for the track program. I'm just saying, we've seen what BCU has been. Look at what FAMU could be. Just look at the investments that we saw from yesterday at the National Alumni Association meeting. I don't know why it escaped me. Sorry, I apologize. Athletics pulled in about 100 stacks. And some of those were directly to the tennis team. Looks like they're redoing the tennis complex. If you want to donate there, go check out the FAMU Athletics website. Click on the little donate button there and just make sure you acknowledge that you want to go towards that particular sport. Again, they don't pay me to say that. I'm a fan and a FAMU and like a lot of you. But softball, man, we're going to start there because, again, we're talking about let's get recruited. So what we're going to do in here is I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to help your student athlete get recruited. Now, this goes beyond the basics of have your grades straight. Your grades matter. Your grades matter. Your grades matter. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. If you don't have the grades, you're really wasting your time. I mean, you're not wasting your time as an athlete because there is some collegiality and sports do create a bond between athletes. But if your goal is to play college football or college sports in general, you got to have the grades. And the NCAA is on a sliding scale, but that's the first thing. So before we even get into all that, I'm gonna make sure we share that with you, or I share that with you, so that way there's no excuses. Now, the first thing you can do for yourself, go to some camps. Like, especially if you know you want to go to that particular school, go to the camp that school has. Like, it's just, we can't make it any simpler than what it is. And the truth is, it's easier to see what's in front of me than it's something that's far away. Now, one of the things we have going on here, June the 11th. So it ain't even 9 days, is it? Ooh, like 7 now. So you have an HBCU United camp between FAMU softball and Hampton University softball. You can see the times on there. It is at the FAMU softball field. And you got two sessions. You got an offense and a defensive session, 200 for one, 350 for both. So, come on, visit Tallahassee. But if you want to get recruited and you're a softball player, there you go. Go to this event. Go attend FAMU 3268. Man, look, brother is a fan, and he is definitely a supporter, man. Like, good supporter. So if you've not checked him out, he's a good supporter, man. He's one of the really cool ones. But go to those camps. That is for the softball team. I like my brothers at ONG Strike Zone. I do lament that we haven't had a basketball camp in God knows when. But you're able to see softball ain't playing them games. Like, it's there. We're having the camp, and that's how you're gonna get the attention of these coaches. Like, first and foremost, after your grades are straight, go to the camps. Go let the coaches see you there, because what you're gonna see is these coaches are offering some of the student athletes that are there. Like, they're offering some of the people they see, and it's a lot easier to offer somebody I know and somebody I've seen. Phone did something weird. There we go. Came back. I was about to switch that thing so quick. I got a backup. It don't sound as good, but I got one. Now, Coach Riz, credit to Coach Riz. Coach Riz definitely shared this. And they're gonna have one on Saturday too. I can't make it though. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I want to go bad. But duty calls. So this was on Saturday though. This past Saturday, yesterday, as my granddaddy would say, we had a football camp up there, and you're able to see where there's Coach Simmons there, offensive coordinators right there, and then Coach Riz has some pictures up there. But some of these students that came to the camps left with offers. So first thing that you need to do, leave with an offer, or to get an offer, is the first, make it known kind of who you are. So we're going to look at a couple of pages, and we're going to also look at their film. Now, because some of them I had to go searching a little bit. Now, right here, this is Marvin Parrish, and you can see on his page, look right here where it says he attends Lowndes High School. So already, you know where he goes to school. You can see his height. He's 5'11". He's 180. He's an athlete, class 2025. And he has his email. And if you look underneath, very important, he's got his huddle. That's the only thing I would say that he's missing. He's missing two things. He's missing his GPA and his test scores. Core GPA. If he had those two things, he'd be better off. But you can start to see, and we're going to look at this film in a little bit, but we're going to go through each one of these athletes and kind of give you some ideas. Put all that information on your front page, especially on Twitter. Twitter ain't died yet. It's probably the most popular way that a lot of coaches and individuals can see your stuff. And Marvin got an offer. And so you can also see, after a successful day at the camp, he was at the FAMU camp. He's got his huddle film up there. So now all of a sudden, one, you're a local product that benefits you in ways that are unspeakable, because now I value you as a commodity as a coach, because Valdosta is an hour from Tallahassee. Your family is likely to come to the games. But also on his page, he made it easy to be able to see and know how to recruit him, and then also how to get in contact with him. Now, right here, Dylan Gentry, only thing I'm going to knock on him is a couple things. because first thing I do like is school, but I don't know what CHS is. I had to kind of look it up because I had to go look and do a little searching for his huddle page. He doesn't have his huddle link up there. Get the huddle link up there. But one thing I do like, I see he was 24. He's 5'10", so I can see his height. Tells you slot receiver. And another guy receives his first D1 offer, but he was also at the FAMU camp. Again, go to these camps. I'm not saying, and I'm not guaranteeing you an offer because you go to the camp. What I'm saying is you're giving these coaches firsthand accounts of what they can see. And especially if you have good on good, is what coaches will say, or athletes that are decent, that are going against you, and you put on a decent performance, all of a sudden you look better. I mean, they play football like the rest of us. They understand when it's a mediocre guy going against a really good guy, but all of a sudden that mediocre guy in your eyes shows him up, and all of a sudden he's consistently showing him up. Either that guy's not as good as I thought he was, or you're better than I thought you were. Now I'm intrigued. Or you got to have some ridiculous stats like, Lorenzo Payne, that guy. Now, other one here, and be careful with your names, but I like the shady one. Be a little careful with that. We know you're young, but right there, I see you got your name up there. I like the position. Like, I like the picture there. But you can look over and see. Got his height, 6'2", 196, athlete, and has his class up there and tells you he's an athlete. Now he's got his huddle thing pinned, so I'm okay with that. Like, it's pinned up top. First thing you see, here's my huddle. Again, only thing I'll say, add your GPAs if you can. If your GPA is struggling, go fix it. But add your GPA up here. Add your test scores, because all of a sudden, especially if you have SAT scores, I know if you're going to qualify or not. As a coach, I can already look like, oh, this kid's got a 900 on the NCAA sliding scale, and all of a sudden, oh, okay, he needs this kind of GPA. What GPA does he have? And you can go from there. Like, it's kind of that simple. Like, I'm trying to see if I can find a newer one. I see the one they have from 14, but yeah. And right here, I see the NCAA's adopted legislation to remove standardized tests from initial eligibility. Okay. So check with the school that you intend to go to. That's from the NCAA. So, so you may not need to take some of those test scores, but still do it. Like, it's better to be safe than sorry. Just saying. And that's not something I'm pulling out of my posterior. Y'all know I am. I provide data. Other folks argue with their opinions. I argue with facts. So right there, you can see NCAA, they're looking to remove that starting after August of this year. But check with the school you intend to see whether they want it or not. Because certain schools still gonna believe in the test scores. But make sure your stuff is straight. Like, have your grades up there. If you have taken those test scores, have them up there so the coaches can see them, because that's gonna tell you or them where you're at. Now, I like him. I like his right here. Patrick Williams. And look up there, 20, 25, telling what school he's at, got his contact information, got his email. I believe, no, I don't see his NCAA ID up there. That's another thing that sometimes have up there. Also, another huddle. So again, you can start to see it's kind of there's a path to follow, and it makes it easier for you to be recruited. Like, when a coach is able to just look and see that Javion, 2026 corner, 5'10", 3.0 GPA, got his weight, got his email up there, got his huddle, and got a little thing pointing to the huddle too. I see you. And got his phone number up there. What's your area code? If you're not a Field Mob fan, you might not get it. But you can actually see, like, he got an offer. and his information is very easy to find. Again, think about it like a restaurant or a business. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My favorite restaurant is not close to my house. I also don't go there a lot. I go to um Lindy's. There's no Lindy's in Orlando, and Rob Donald's a lot because they're close to my house. They're convenient. They're easy to find. Do the same for these coaches. Make yourself easy to find. Like, don't sit up here and play the game that you're too cool to try to have your information up there and out there because you're able to see the NCAA is looking to potentially get rid of some of these testing requirements. Not saying you shouldn't take the standardized test serious because you need to take these tests, but that is saying that some schools may not require it. But you would really hate to be in that situation where I don't have to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then you sign that paperwork and all of a sudden they're telling you need tests. Have it done, have it out the way so you can be good. So I'm just saying, a couple dudes who've been offered already, and coincidentally, they were at the fan. So be mindful. Saturday, FAMU's having some more camps up there, 7-on-7, O-line, D-line camps. Don't be surprised if some of these student athletes that go to these camps walk away with athletic offers to play at FAMU. I'm not saying FAMU's the end all be all. I'm not. Don't ever think I'm gonna say that. I don't say that. And any student that's ever dropped into the DMs and said, "Hey, they got an offer" or what have you, hey, I tell them quick, do what's best for your family because everybody can't go to FAMU, and everybody shouldn't go to FAMU. Like, I know that's being like blasphemous for some of y'all, but every school ain't for everybody. Like, every student don't fit that school's culture. So excuse me for looking over. I'm looking at the screen, making sure I got this ready for y'all because we're gonna look at these kids' films. All of them got offered, and again, one of the commonalities, a lot of these students were at camps or aren't very far away. That's huge. If you can go to some of these camps, go. Be seen. Because again, I can't recruit what I don't see. So again, big things we went over. Kind of how to set up your Twitter page. And if you don't have a Twitter page, set it up. Like, I understand if your parents are not for it, don't get in trouble on my court. But it's probably the easiest way for a lot of coaches to see you. And besides that, a lot of the coaches will openly tell you, like, hey, come check this out on this page. And they'll give you advice and ideas. They have entire Twitter spaces where they just talk about how do you get recruited. So just want to give y'all that out there. Now y'all know, we're gonna jump on in this. Marvin Parrish. Okay. Sophomore season. So, and give me the little circle thing. Thank you, sir. Quarterback Lowndes, Winter City up in Valdosta. So, okay. We'll see. He's fast. He's fast. He's definitely an athlete. I will say, looking at his height, I wonder, can he play quarterback as well as any other positions? Just because I see right there. I mean, pass interference. It's a decent pass though. But can he play running back? Also, maybe a corner. Maybe got a little bit of Ken Riley in him. But that's gonna be my first question. Partially because of the height, but also because just I want to see a little more with him reading defense a little more. Just early looking. That's not me like second guessing the gentleman at all. That's just me asking an honest question. And then I like him I like him with his own read. I do see how much he does run right now. So again, I'm gonna wonder if he could transition to corner or safety because as a quarterback, he's got the understanding of how plays develop. Maybe that's something that I can use on the defensive end just because you don't see a lot of 5'11", 5'10" quarterbacks. And he's throwing to a receiver that's got a little bit of moss in him. But Lowndes produces pretty solid quarterbacks. If you're familiar with the University of Miami, that quarterback that might start, I want to say he came from Lowndes. Could be wrong. I thought he did come from Lowndes, though. But Lowndes, nice little play, nice throw to the tight end. We're able to see. I like his arm. Again, big thing I want to see is just, can he go through progressions? That's going to be number one quarterback question for any quarterback. Man, it's not him. It's anybody. But I do look, okay. Dang, he got hit. All right. He's got a nice arm though. So I'm looking forward to see it again. He got an offer and he lists himself as an athlete. So that shows that he's also versatile. And versatility to me is important. Just as a person. Like, I like that. And this last one here, man, I should have kept that up there. He actually went through his progressions a little bit, stepped up in the pocket. I like that though. Like, when I was looking at him, one of the things I did like, I liked, especially that in play. I'll go back and check his huddle film out. I like that he stepped up in the pocket, looked like a solid platform, and his arm motion wasn't bad. Like, one of the things that I definitely look at a quarterback's throw motion a lot. If you kind of got that wind and throw motion, it's a problem. But he got a little bit of short, little flick of the wrist type action going on. It ain't too bad. A lot of contested balls on that huddle, though. So that's going to be the only question I'll ask. And I'm not first guessing, you young man. I'm just saying that's a question I would ask. Now, the next one is Dylan Gentry, Central High School, Phoenix City, Alabama. I forgot how to speak for like a minute. And he's a receiver. He's not the tallest. But again, y'all know me. I don't, as much as I complain about it, I feel like anybody's height-wise, as long as you're above 5'4", you can play receiver. But we'll see where he's at here. Oh, man, give me the little circle thing, my guy. Like, solid hands, though. Decent run at the catch. Looks like, that hawk was starting to get on him a little bit. But give me the little circle motion, man. Make it easier for us to be able to see who you are, man. I'm presuming that's him right here on the inside. Nice kind of breaking out to the, okay. I like his ability to run that route. Like, that's something I like. Like, in a wide receiver, I value the route tree a lot. Like, that's just me and my personality. When it comes to receivers, I look at two things mainly: how well can you run routes, but also, do you catch the ball with your hands? Like, if you're over to catch the ball with your chest, you're supposed to say it with your chest. You're not supposed to catch the ball with your chest. Looks like you got solid hands. I think, again, he's about 5'10" right now. He got an offer. Man, I think he's got a little bit of that Xavier Smith in him, is what you're kind of looking for. Maybe not speed-wise, but as far as being able to run the routes, I think Dylan looks like he runs some solid routes. And that's something when you go back and you look at the film. Oh. All right. There we go. It went out for a second. It respected y'all. So this is him at the camp yesterday. Look at exactly what I'm pointing out. Nice route running, crisp. Shows that he's catching the ball with his hands and he's doing it in front of coaches. And then you're doing it again, hands, and you're doing it at a program where we have a tradition of having receivers that aren't the tallest. And now you're running those routes that remind them of Xavier Smith, excuse me. Maybe a little bit of K-Dot, Shareed. Like, you're seeing, okay, no, he's not the tallest, but he catches the ball with his hands. He runs good routes. You can see the coaches that are right there behind him. And look, that combination route was sticky. Like, and you're able to see willing to go down for the ball. Like, he's got a little bit of want and what for to him. That's what I'm looking for. And he also catches an offer from Albany State. Yesterday. Pretty sure they were there as well. So again, go to these camps, put out good film, but also when it's good on good, do good, beat the good. He did that. And you saw him walk away with some offers. One's a Division 1, one's a Division 2. Now, whether how committable it is right now, I'm not sure. But I'll say this: he's a 24 prospect that's got an offer to a Division 1 college university that ain't far from home. That's a good thing. And it probably won't be his only one as long as he keeps his stuff straight. Again, only thing I would add, get that GPA on there, man. 5'10", 145. He ain't the biggest, but you're at a university where 5'10 is fine. FAMU is very comfortable with 5'8", 5'7". If you're a receiver, you can run the routes, you can catch the ball. That's what we're looking for. And that's just the facts of the matter. I mean, you just got to know the program. Now, right here, Hayward Jr., because I don't want to butcher his name. I really don't. But he is 6'2", 196 athlete. Okay. And these are some of his sophomore season highlights. We're not going to get through all of this. Toombs County and Lyons, Georgia. Okay. All right. Thank you for the circle thing. So, receiver. Ooh. Okay. That was disrespectful. And he got a little bit of, he could go. Dang. All right. Look, I'm presuming he's kick return. All right. A little shiftiness to him. Oh, yeah. I never had that. I was never shifty. I was just fast. That guy. Ooh. Kick returner doing that? That's nasty work. Oh, now he's on defense too? Oh, no. That's no. That he got set up for failure. I'm not giving you huge brownie points for that one. Oh, okay. Now that one. All right. Because that first kid was like shorter than me. Okay. So I like him though. He's got good speed. I like he's shifty. He got a little bit of energy. He's an energy guy. You can see that. Junior playing corner, safety, receiver, natural ball skills. I mean, normally that's one of the benefits of having a athlete that also plays receiver. If he can catch the ball, he's just got natural ball skills. But he's got that ability to take it back. And at 6'2", I'll be honest, man. I want him as if it's me, I'm greedy. I'm a receiver guy. I like him a wide receiver, but I like him even more at safety. Like, to me, he reminds me of Marquise Bell when I'm looking at that size, and I'll make this big just because with a 6'2", 196, that screams Marquise Bell. And we're seeing where Marquise Bell is. Like, just saying, 6'2", 196, pull him up and pull up a picture of Marquise Bell. And despite Marquise Bell's in a pro NFL program, as far as just frame-wise, I'm pretty sure they look very similar. And Marquise Bell is not like a hulking dude. Like, he looks kind of lean, but he's built. Like, he's muscular. Like, he kind of yoked up a little bit. If this kid yokes up, he's like a 200-pound safety, like 205, 210. So, oh, man, appreciate you, man. Look, Reg, I appreciate it, man. HBCU strong always, man. Look, we may talk trash, but it's always love. FAMU first and everybody second. But, man, look. But, look at the kid here. Like, as a safety, yeah, man. If I'm going to give y'all some comparables, that's my comparable. That is a Marquise Bell type body and build. I think at FAMU, he does play safety. And if you look at a lot of our safeties, they're in that height mold. Look at like Sheldon Walker. Heck, before Moore moves down, Moore is about that size. I mean, just kind of look at it. You start seeing that rangy ability to be able to cover. And it's a huddle film, so it is the best of your best, hopefully. But, oh my, that's just blown coverage. Like, yeah. Oh, man. Number 9, make sure that don't end up on your film because your coach is going to talk greasy about you. But, yeah, like that's what I'm looking at with this kid. So Marquise Bell, safety type. I'm always gonna want receivers, but if you got a ball hawk and safety, do that. Like don't listen to me because I just like receivers. I have a favoritism. Like I have a bias. There we go. Now next one is Patrick Williams, DB receiver. Okay. Have you 5'11. There we go. 5'11. Okay. So I wonder is he a corner or a safety? Like that's gonna be my question. I'm gonna ask now. You a DB or a safety? Because DB normally is kind of like I can play corner or I can play safety. A lot of times, if you're not quite fast enough to play corner, you slide to safety. But 5'11, okay. Look like they got him on an island out here by himself. Let's see what kind of. Oh, okay. Receiver. Yeah. Well, it wasn't the greatest get off. Solid. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for the circle thing. Like, oh, y'all don't understand when you look at somebody's film and you trying to figure out like that little circle thing helps immensely. Okay, I like the jam. I like the little bit of physicality he's got back there. See, they moved him from corner to safety. Felt like he was um, maybe not matching up perfectly height wise. It's not a skill thing, it's just height. He's 5'11. Looks like the guy's going against about 6'1, 6'2. Gonna throw a little jump ball here. Okay. He's breaking up the ball. I could give him that. Like that's something that I like. Nothing that just blows me away yet. But that's just one game. Like again, I can go with it. And that's only looking at one film. Like that's not looking at the totality of his film and everything like that. That's one game against Providence Day School. So you never know the other stuff they may have went into for that. But okay, coach. Again, another guy's got a FAMU offer, 5'11, 165, 458. I told y'all when I see DB instead of corner, I'm looking straight at that 40 time. And I'm like, do you play corner and safety? Or are you more of a corner? And even I stated it was partially of a height, but it may have been because of speed. But I like him off the jam. I ain't gonna lie. Like I like his aggression. I like his from what I saw, he got a little bit of what for to him. Like he seems like he's got a little bit of that aggravating person in him. Like we all been around corners. Like I used to play receiver. I used to hate them. Like I mean, they were my friends, but when they were lined up across me, I'm like, man, just shut up. Like as soon as they knock him, they end up waving fingers and waiting all this stuff. Like, sit your butt down and line back up. Like, nobody doing all that. They were good people though, but he's got a little bit of that to him. Again, 5'11, 165. Want to see if he hits 6 feet. I think I would move him. I would keep him in safety. That's just me. I don't unless you're running 4-4. I don't want you as a corner. Not in college football. I mean, unless you're like Richard Sherman type guy, which Richard Sherman wasn't fast, but he was tall. He's kind of rangy. He's extremely smart. So if you're like really smart corner and you have that kind of height where you're like 6'3", 6'3", 6'4", I can let that slide because you're a little different. Now, last one here, Javion Romer. And man, I'm gonna give y'all a little credit on this one. This guy, he wants to be a Rattler. Um, he's not far from Tallahassee, man. So, and definitely a kid that, man, he's one of the reasons we're doing this today. He was one of the ones that reached out, hey, I want to go to FAMU. What do y'all think what do you think I should do? Like, hey, do this on your profile and go look at his Twitter page, man. Like, I'm gonna put it back up real quick. Everything except for his GPA is up there. 2026, letting you know 510. The GPA is up there. Excuse me. I apologize. 3.0. Put some respect on him. He got his weight up there. Telling y'all, he one corner in Georgia. Okay. Got his email, cell phone, huddle. Like easy to contact, easy to find. Like made it easy for anybody who's interested in him. And what I also like is He's got his pictures up there. Don't just have all your friends' pictures up there. That gets confusing. Your Twitter page is your Twitter page. Like, yes, you want to celebrate your friends, but at the same point, also he's making visits USF. Like, okay, looks like he went to Georgia Tech. Just saying, it's not rocket science, but it's complicated. Like, it's not. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. Sorry, I know I got my drink. I got my drink over the doodad. I got a little bit of tea in my cup. All right, so Javion Romer. Okay, looks like he was number 39 and 26. You know what? This kid went over and beyond. Like, if you see his Twitter page, model yours after him. Like, the stuff that made it easy for him to follow, do that. And he's not in Crisp County is this big. It's not a big city. It's not a big metropolitan area. But what he did, he put himself out there. And he's real respectful, man. You talk to the guy, real yes, sir, kid from when I've spoken with him. But let's check him out, man. Okay. Oh, man, the circle thing. Oh, I don't even know what y'all call it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to be that old guy when it comes to huddle. The circle thing, thank you. I know where you are now. Let's play it back because he dropped the circle thing. Every recruit, I remember one of my former students, Brandon Cross, he used to be like a huddle fiend. Like, he could make all of them. He'd have the circle things, had a little thing pointing at him. And the kid ended up getting offers. He was a good player too. Right here, showing you walking up to the line. Okay. Let's see. Here you go. Okay. Mixed tackle. Let's see what he got in here. And that's a bigger back. That back is bigger than him. And smart tackle. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Willing tackler. I got that. I like that. I can respect that because I was not laying nobody out when I played football. I was gonna wrap up and bring somebody down. Okay. All right. There you go. Circle thing again. Now, again, I will say this. Make sure if you on your huddle, give me plays that you're involved in, though. Don't just be out there. Oh, life-saving tackle. Okay, my guy. I see that. You can work on his, less ankle biting, but okay. I understand. I like it though. And looks like okay. Oh, okay. Ran in. Looks like he stopped the touchdown. I like that. And even though he's not the tallest corner, you can see they have him playing off a little bit, partially so that one, he just doesn't get eaten up in coverage, but two, so that he can compete like he does right there. Like, that's good job by his defensive coordinator as far as using personnel. And I like how he's reading the defense. Like, you can see that they're keeping him back because he's probably one of the faster guys on the team. And this is a good team. This is against Colquitt County. Colquitt County's got talent always. And so, again, another thing with your huddles, have it against good teams. Like, you got film against Last Chance High School. Don't nobody want to see that. But what I'm seeing here is he got a motor. Like, he's an effort guy. And I'll be honest, I think that's part of the reason he gets the offer. I mean, he's a 5'10", 2026 guy. GPA's up there. I want to know what his 40 is. That's my only thing. 4.68, so he's safety. Okay. But that's fair. And for a sophomore, he might shed that down to 4.5 something, especially if you can do speed training. But again, not a bad height. And I bet some of this is also our personality. As I told y'all, my interactions with the kid, respectful. nothing but respectful, ask questions. Hey, what can I do to get better? But he's also been at these camps, at these events. And so now his GPA is up there. Keep your GPA up. Come on, Javion. I believe in you. But also make sure you get your test scores in because some schools are going to require those tests. Some are going to be test optional, but some won't. And then you're just going to need to get to college anyway. But you're able to see, like, and we're running long today, but it's going to help somebody. And then I'm going to use Javion as my, I'm going to pick on Javion. I'm a teacher, so when I say I'm going to pick on you, I'm not actually picking on you. I'm using you as an example. Look at Javion's page here, and I'm going to see if I can blow it up a little bit. First thing, he's got a picture of himself. He's got a picture of his number and his name. His name is not Lil J. Rowe. It's him. He's easy to delineate from other players. Other things, his class, it's up there. The year he graduates is up there. His height, his GPA, his position. He's got email, phone number, and most importantly to me, huddle. So he's not hard to find. Dion says it all the time. And y'all know how often I reference Coach Prime on here. Slim, none, hardly ever. But one thing I love about what he has up there is I'm not hard to find. Now that's completely different than saying I'm accessible. But the brother literally had a shirt saying, I ain't hard to find. Javion's not hard to find. He's telling you how to find him. He's telling you his huddle, telling you the position he plays. Says cornerback. I might slide that to DB just because when I see corner, I'm looking at you strictly as a corner. But you play safety too. So as a DB, you can play safety or corner. And it looks like he's a decent safety. Honestly, as a 4.68, granted, again, he's a sophomore. I want you as a safety. But if you can get that down to a 4.4, anything, we can talk corner. You may not be my first corner, but we can talk it. Especially if your height stays at 5'10", I'm going to keep you a safety. Just because 5'10", you might be a boundary, but you more likely to slide to a nickel corner. And a nickel corner, a lot of times, you're going to get short receivers that are fast. I can't have them eating you up in the first couple of steps because they're running 4.4s, 4.3s, and you're really closer to a 4.5. But that's my only criticism for Javion, honestly, man. I'll be straight up with y'all. I'm putting him as a safety right now. And the only criticism for his page is to change that thing from corner to DB. But everything else, kid's killing it. And he got an offer. And again, this is what this episode was about for y'all. It was to help you get recruited. Again, Javion Romer, number 8. Check him out on Twitter. And if you're a recruit, model your Twitter page after him. Have video and film of you. Don't just have all your friends up there because it's confusing when it's 20 guys and you're trying to shout out your homeboys. Your Twitter page is your space. How am I supposed to celebrate you when I don't know who you really are? And we're over here seeing got his first D1 offer as a sophomore. So, man, y'all know we got to keep this train going. Thursday, we're going to get ready, man. We're going to start getting ready. Starting next week, probably going to start position breakdowns. Look at the FAMU positions. Transfer portal time is almost done. Purposely tried to kind of wait a little bit to let some of that get through. But we're going to look at some of these position breakdowns because one of the things I do appreciate about HBCU sports in general, I love the camaraderie. Especially, look, right there, Rich. Like, come on, man. Appreciate the love, bro. But also, I like the ability for us to go in other people's spaces and talk. I was in that HBCU nightly space the other night. I didn't get on the panel, and I pointed out I didn't agree with everything they said about FAMU, for better and for worse. So I think they gave us a few games that I was like, okay, all right. But again, I also wasn't combative. Like some of us, some of y'all fans, like and fanatical, and not able to like, okay, I can agree, I can disagree, have that balance. Like I know for me, like I'll go straight to that OBC game. Quarterback wasn't a question to me, and I think FAMU's got a better quarterback in that game because we don't know who Jackson State's quarterback is. Running back, okay. But look, I think FAMU's running backs are solid. But I understand. That's why I was like, I could let you slide. Now, receiver-wise, man, I had FAMU on that one. I think a lot of y'all, I think we saw Shareed, we saw a minute ago, but it's some forgetting on some of the receivers that were brought in. Like, FAMU was active in the transfer portal receiver, and some of those guys didn't play last year. Like, was it Willoy? Like, yeah. You know, offensive line, I gave that to FAMU because Jackson State lost a monster. Devin Hayes, I know that I known him since he was in high school. That's a good dude. Lost in the Middle Tennessee State. Lost a couple other guys. Defensive line, I thought that went to FAMU too. I could be biased. Like that's where I'm going to share. I may be biased. Linebackers, FAMU. And DB, I had FAMU too. Like I look, FAMU's corners, Bowler, and Bowler might hit the shimmy at the football game. I'm just saying, y'all get a pick. That boy might literally, y'all may have to like, them shoulders gonna be so swimmy, it's gonna be a problem. Like now, kicking, that might go to Jackson State. I ain't gonna lie. Kicking special teams, that may go to Jackson State. But again, it's my ability to say, hey, I disagreed. Not that, some of the other stuff, but we will do the position breakdowns. We're going to start off. We're going to start off. How about that? We probably finish with quarterbacks. I don't know. We'll probably start with quarterback. We know who the starter is. So we'll probably do that. Quarterbacks and kickers, kind of look at that. Because kicker, I really don't know what to tell you. But we're going to look at these positions, and then we're going to start breaking down the season. Like after we go through all these positions, we got 2 months. That means, hey, we can break down game by game. And just like last year, tell you some of the places to go, what events might be happening in town. So that way, when you come to Tallahassee, you know what's up. Like, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a Ken Clark question. You got to ask a good brother like that. And that's not a slight on him. That's saying he is more informed than I am on that. I'm willing to admit when I don't know. And that's a question that I really don't know. That's something we're going to look at, though. When we are breaking down those opponents, we're going to look at who they got on their roster, who they brought back, and who departed. But Dwayne, you got a good question that has an answer I don't have. They lost a lot. They lost their quarterbacks. They lost a running back, best linebacker, some of your best offensive linemen. Jackson State lost a lot. They did get some guys in the transfer portal. Like, don't sleep on. They got some big acquisitions, but some of the losses they had, it's a tough ask. I'll say that, and that's how I'll be respectful about that, so that I don't come off as a Jackson State hater, because they're not my rivals. We just haven't beat them in forever and a day, about a decade. So, but great question, Dwayne. And the question is, who are the JSU players left? We're going to look. So we're going to get to that. We will preview the OBC and get ready for that game. And if you haven't already start looking for your hotels. If you like me, I don't stay in Miami that weekend. I stay in Broward County. I'll travel down and, I'll be there. But we don't stay in Miami proper. No, sir. There's a different price bracket. But as always, big shout out to HBCU Digital Network. This is home. Man, we ran long tonight. But big shout out to Herb Stewart and the Black Techies. And before we go out, man, recap. We looked at recruiting. How can we get you recruited? And the best example I have for you was Javian Romer, number 8. He just got a FAMU offer. It's at JVNDB. Name is simple. His is simple. He has his year that he graduates, his position, which I think he should change to DB, his height, GPA, weight, email, has a link to his huddle. It even points at where the link is, and he's got his phone number for the coaches. So, yeah, man, like you did the thing. But so we can get out of here. Appreciate y'all for watching. Again, Thursday, we're going to start position breakdowns. We're going to look at the quarterbacks, Musa, Maratovic, and others. And as always, it's going to be Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for